What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? Nowadays, dudes out here sagging just down in the ankles, forgetting the fact that back then people of our color sat in the boat for days in shackles. Kids and teens taking seniors for granted, disrespecting them every way they can, and letting their knowledge of this world pass, and forgetting the fact that they march for your dumb ass. We sit here and think, what are we doing? People buying $100 shoes and clothes, kids buying and selling drugs, getting in trouble day by day, and slowly our intelligence is fading away. What are we doing? Kids back then would die for an education, but present kids of our generation know that kids out here need this education to reach their graduation and reach their goal-reaching station. But look at us now. We call this a nation. All kids these days and adults just want the $1 million fame, but when it comes to education, they think it's a game. The people in this world know that the knowledge they have is trying to tell us something, but it just takes us to just sit down and listen. Oh wait, did I forget to mention that girls these days walking around half naked thinking they on a mission, with a baby or two on their hips letting those so-called thugs call them sluts, hoes, and tricks. Boys hanging with the wrong crowd in and out of jail all mad, but why wait until you in jail to reminisce the life you should have had? Mamas walking around with the latest trends thinking they cute, but when it comes to books, pens, pads, sitting a little longer in class, reading skills, writing skills, paying longer overdue bills, those mamas have no clue. But hold on, what are we doing? We took it upon ourselves for people to take away the little privilege we got, but please don't let these white people give us a name we know we're not. And if we keep doing what we're doing, our only hangout spot will be an abandoned parking lot. But wait, we let the knowledge and intelligence rot and bring up the things like who fought or I brought. But wait, I thought we got this covered. I don't want to go any further because I feel this will take longer, so I will end it with this. Ignorance of bliss, so think of knowledge as a deep kiss that you can't dismiss.
We are your past. The past. We are your present. Your present. The past. We are your future. The present. Past. The future. Present. We are your past. We are your past. Your present. We are that. Your future. Past. And the future. We are the past. Future. We are the present. We are your past. We are the future. Present. We are your present. Past. We are your future. Present. And future. We are the past. We are the present. We are the present. We are the future. And the future. And the future. Past. Present. We are the past. Future. We are the past. We are the present. We are the past. We are the present. We are the future. Past. Present. And future. We are your past. The future.
We are singing you this message through our music, reaching for a green and brighter tomorrow. Is the future. We must make it safe and happy for the children.
Hi. My name is Brittany Madden, along with
Brittany Bowden. Through our club, Young Gifted and Black, our advisor, Miss Gaten and Miss Charity, and educators, Erik, Stafford, and Marcus Brown are working to connect the past with the present.
The goal is to inform students about the contributions of African Americans to Kansas City and the world to encourage us to do the same.
I want students to understand how knowledge of the past allows them to make sense of the present and gives them insight into the future. And I also want them to see how history actually does move in cycles. In 1847, a law was passed by the Missouri legislature that stated that it was against the law to teach black, slave, or free how to read. Now today, Kansas City, Missouri School District has like a 50% graduation rate. So history is now starting to recycle. And our students need to understand that there's a direct connection between literacy, incarceration, and murder on the streets. So with that being said, that education is vital to their survival and vital to their ability to compete.
However, today many youth do not see the importance of historical events and the impact they have had on our lives.
What do you think is important to teenagers today?
Well, what I think is important to teenagers today isn't necessarily positive. It's usually things that are done by peers or that are people are pressured into doing, like drugs, alcohol, premarital sex and things. What I should think should be important to teenagers is schoolwork, getting your schoolwork done, because this is our job now.
What is important to teenagers today?
What is important to teenagers? I think
money. Money, okay.
Oh,
what do you think is important?
I think it depends. I honestly think it depends. Depends where you come from as a teenager. Some teenagers grew up in a good family, a good environment, where right now, being a senior, the important thing for us right now is graduating and getting into college. That to me is, like, I think the most important thing.
Through a series of lectures and walking tours of areas such as 18 and By and Westport, students are learning the significance of Kansas City history.
And this is one of the places where they would hold jam sessions all the way up until 6 in the morning.
Which is like a free concert.
Yeah, which is like a free concert. And out of that tradition, that's why they still have jam sessions that start here. Composer and arranger for Duke Ellington. She started playing piano at the age of 2, and by the time she turned 16, she was a professional. But she's known as the first lady of jazz. She's recognized all over the world. And over in Paris, France, she was so respected in Paris, France that they named a club after her called the Ches Mary Lou.
We took a trip to Westport in 18th and Vine. We learned about the hanging tree, the tree where the whites seemed to hang my whole family legacy. 130 years ago, but somehow it still amazes me. Blacks went to their own kind's funerals one too many times. They had us working full days and not making a dime. It wasn't against the law and not considered a crime. The pride of our ancestors, how we wish it was alive. We're still not free from slavery in our own minds. Our ancestors would cry if they were still here. Don't let their hard work go down the drain. I look at my community and think it's time for a change.
Bob Kendrick, president of the Negro Leagues Baseball Museum, talked to us about the significance of the role Negro League baseball teams play in the black community and its economic role for black athletes.
About a month ago, came back as the organization's president. And so as president of the organization, I'm now in charge of making sure that we can keep a Negro Leagues Museum in Kansas City. It really is an important facility because it documents a wonderful piece of our history. So it's really a welcome opportunity for me to get in front of young people and talk about the significance of the history of the Negro Leagues and the significance of the Negro Leagues Baseball Museum being here to document that story. You know, you can make an argument that the Negro Leagues had actually more talent than the major leagues from top to bottom because you had the best black and Hispanic players playing in this league. But more importantly, guys, the Negro Leagues represented the third largest black-owned business in this country during that era of segregation. It only trailed black-owned insurance companies who during that era emerged and would insure us more than the 10 to 15 cents that the white insurance companies would insure us then. During that era, white insurance companies would insure us just enough to bury us. So they'd give us a life policy, 10 or 15 cents. Well, black-owned insurance companies came in and not only insured our life, but they insured our stock, insured our crop, insured our homes. So as a result, black-owned insurance companies made millions of dollars. You know, it's hard to believe in a society today that once upon a time, your money was no good to those white establishments because we live in what we now know to be a capitalistic society. But once upon a time, they really didn't want your money. And so as a result, these black businesses started to emerge, and these businesses became wealthy because we had a clientele that supported those businesses. Second was Madam C.J. Walker. I know, y'all know who Madam C.J. Walker is. As I look around this room at all these young ladies in particular, you have to know who Madam C.J. Walker, right? You heard the name Madam C.J. Walker? She's very important. What was the significance of Madam C.J. Walker?
She invented the hot cone.
She improved the invention of the hot cone. She was the first self-made businesswoman millionaire of any skin color. And she did it doing black hair. See, Madam C.J. Walker had schools of cosmetology in every major urban city in this country. And she made millions doing black hair. You know, and so there were other women who may have inherited $1 million, but Madam CJ earned it with her business. And the first to actually do it in a self-made manner.